Hey all, Heretic here with another update for Hearthstone Battlegrounds Season 2 Patch 24.2. Just announced today, August 25th, another update with some more information. Those who do not know, this is going to be Azeroth anime-inspired magic season. We've got a bunch of information, and we just got some new information about Runestone, so let's jump right into that. Now, as of the recording of this video, we do not know how much certain things are going to cost, but at least now we know what we can spend Runestones, money, and gold on. From the looks of it, it looks like Runestones are going to be running as anywhere from $5 to $80. I'm assuming the biggest value at $80, and we all should buy the $80 one, of course, right? But all the cynicism and arguments about Runestones aside, let's see what we can use it for. So if we look at the main stuff we're concerned with, the Battlegrounds, it looks like the season path, we can spend money on this season, are there, so who knows, in Runestones. Cosmetic bundles, not bad, but as you can see, no gold. If you're one of the few mercenary players still out there, you can spend Runestones, it looks like, on packs and other stuff. You can spend money, and you can spend gold over in mercenaries. If we look over in the other section, you can get tavern tickets, the special brawls, you can use the runes, and gold. Not bad. And over on the ranked side, it looks like you can use runes for everything, and money for everything except mini sets, cosmetic bundles, decks, and adventures. I don't know if that is just because they're not going to put out any more of those, and these are just the pre-existing ones, or who knows what their plans are. It looks like gold for packs, mini sets, and cosmetic bundles. I wouldn't be surprised if all this stuff changes as time goes on. This is the initial launch, what it's going to look like. But they're probably going to push everything, I would imagine, into gold and, the Runestones. Less about spending the money on anything except Runestones, but it's all pie in the sky, who knows, right? First, let's take a look at the quests here. What you're going to do is you're going to pick from a list of 3 random quests. And then, in addition to those quests, you will be given 3 random rewards, which you can pick from to cobble together to form your quest. Now, from what I understand, the way it's going to work is the more difficult a quest is to complete, the better the rewards can be. So obviously, if you can pick something harder that you think you can get pulled off, you're going to get a better reward. The downside is now it's a harder quest. Now you got to have to get it done. So it's going to be a risk versus reward. It's how much tempo do I want with an easy quest versus how much big reward do I want for a really hard quest. Great reward, but you never get it. Who really cares? It's going to be very situational, based on the families in the shop, the hero you're playing. And this is all going to happen on turn 4. So get ready, since things are going to start getting crazy quick. So let's take a look at these quests we have here. So you have things like Witness Protection. Seems simple enough. Friendly Minion Taunt, attack it 8 times, especially if you're running like a mech board. Great value. Playing Murlocs, maybe not the one you want. Unmask the Culprit. Lose or tie 3 combats. I mean, it's a tough one to pull off on purpose. I guess if the game's going downhill bad enough, but I don't know what the reward like that's going to be. We're going to have to get some hands-on to get a feel for it. Unlikely Duo. Play 5 Murlocs or Beast. Well, if you're a Flurgle, guess what? You love this thing. Go for it. If you're any, maybe neither of these are going to work for you. And they're all like this. They're very situational. They're kind of cool. Track the footprints. Have Bob's Tavern refresh 10 times. Well, we're always going to refresh the tavern. So that's pretty easy to do. I mean, I love that one. Sort it all out. Order your minions from lowest to highest attacks for 4 combats. That sounds like a recipe for 8th place. I mean, maybe not so bad. Maybe the reward's insane. But remember, you're getting this on turn 4, not turn 1. A little easy to throw those first 4 combats on turn 1. Turn 4 to 8, that's a little painful. Invite the guests. Buy 7 minions. Everyone, if you don't complete this quest, you've already quit. You probably disconnected from the game. Don't worry about it. Follow the money. Spend 25 gold. Once again, that one's not super hard to do. You should be doing that, but 25 gold is going to take you some time. So I'd imagine the reward for that one's pretty good. Find the murder weapon. Increase a friendly minion stats 15 times. Once again, depends on the family you're playing. This could be hard to do with some builds. Typically with a beast build, you're not going to be buffing your guys. But what if you're playing leapfrogs and that counts? So every time a leapfrog hits another beast, maybe that counts. Maybe in like 2 turns, you can complete this easy. Some of these things we need to get hands-on for. Exhume the Bones. Trigger 6 friendly death rattles. Incredibly easy. You're playing a beast comp, there you go. Knock yourself out. A lot of these are going to be very situational, and they're kind of cool. Dust for Prince. Add 15 cards to your hand. Once again, not super hard to do. You're going to do this unless you get killed really early. The question is, what do the rewards look like to know if we should be doing this? Cry for Help. Play 6 battle cry minions. Another easy one. Shouldn't be too bad, but depends on the tribe you're going to play. If you're running Murlocs and all of a sudden you're given nothing but mechs, this one could be a little harder for you to do in the process of pivoting. But wait to see. Reenact the Murder. Have 18 friendly minions die. Once again, Death Rattle board, please. Elemental board, this is going to get a little painful. You're going to take some damage. Assemble a lineup. Summon 16 minions. Another easy one. Now, these are all going to be adjusted. Who knows what'll actually happen, but I'm really looking forward to some of these. And let's look at some of the rewards that we're going to get for these quests. We have Theator's Parasol. Gives your rightmost minion stealth and +8 health. If Baron's safe, can Zap still hit him even though he has stealth? I don't know. This is going to be an interesting interaction. See how it plays out. Friends along the way, get 2 random Naga. Not a very difficult quest, I'd imagine. That's got to be one of the easiest ones, but 2 Naga, I mean, you could probably do that in a turn depending on the quest. That sounds like a good reward. Teal Sapphire. Minion and Bob Tavern have +1/+1 for each time it was refreshed this turn. Another potentially situational, very good reward. Tiny Hentman. At the end of your turn, give +2/+2 to 3 friendly minions of tier 3 or lower. This has got to be a super early quest reward because it's not going to help you very much late in the game. And now we have some of the more powerful ones. Staff of Origination. Give your minions +15/15. You'll notice it says start of combat. That means it's not one time only? Are we going to continuously buff our board 15/15? Wondrous Wisdom Ball. Occasionally gives helpful resources. I just love the flavor here. Randomly, it's gonna pop up and be like, hey, have a free refresh. Okay. Secret Sinstone. After you discover a card, get a copy of it. You're playing the right kind of board. Oh my, you got a Baron going? That's going to be crazy what you could do. Mirror Shield. After each refresh, give a minion in Bob's Tavern +4/+4 and Divine Shield. That's great. I have to imagine that's one of the mid to late game rewards because that has lots of evil potential there. Ghastly Mask. Add another card to your hand. Your end of the turn's effects trigger twice. This is phenomenal. You can, once again, board specific, but you have the right comp. That is a great reward. You're building things you never would have built before, so I really like that. Red Hand. At the start of your turn, give a minion in your hand +12/+12. Another great thing, but it's going to be in your hand, so situational. You have to play it a little different. I like the way it makes us do the game different from how we always do it. And Alter Ego, onto your minions in Bob Tavern, have +6/+6. Swaps each turn. I love that. That is just really cool. It's going to be changing all the time. And the one you always want is going to be on the wrong turn when you're going to buy it. It's just how it's going to work. I love this. I think these are all great. I think these have some really good potential, and they're going to be really cool. Now, these are going to go away at the end of the season. So when season 3 starts, these are gone. So we're going to be with these for quite a while. But so far, they sound pretty cool. I'm sure there's going to be some, unforeseen things that are far too powerful, but I'm looking forward to seeing these changes and what they do to the game. Now, some fun general stuff. Turn 4, the turn's going to be a little longer to give us time to get used to the quest mechanic because we're going to be doing lots of things. So it's going to add a layer of complication. They're going to give us a little extra time. You can now exceed 10 cold during your turn, but the max you can start with is 10. I like that. I think that's a good change. So now when you occasionally sell a minion a little early and screw something up, you at least get a gold, or those weird situations where you have to sell a gold no matter what. Now you're not punished. The weekly quest being changed for top 4 Battlegrounds been removed. I like stuff like that. Those are good changes. And we're supposed to get some kind of chain of 3 legendary quests with some rewards. I'm looking forward to that. That will be kind of cool. And then the new heroes. So I am not super impressed with Murloc Holmes. I love the idea. I love what the flavor about him, but look at 2 minions. Guess which one of your next opponent had last combat for a coin. I read some developer stuff, and this is supposed to be smart, so it's not going to just say your opponent has 7 demons. It's not going to offer you a demon and a beast. It's going to try to offer you things that it would think you'd have, like a baron or 2 demons, things you might have in a demon board, depending what you have. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not super stoked about him. Sire Denathrius is pretty cool. Passive at the start of the game, choose one of 2 quests. So you're going to start a quest right away on turn 1. That could be very interesting. It really depends on what quests work to be. I think it's going to be very powerful because quests look pretty cool. And if you can start one right away, that is awesome. But we'll see how that pans out. We have some love for Rakinishu. It's going from 2 gold to use as hero power essentially to 1. It's basically exactly the same. Just now you're going to be giving stats equal to your tavern tier for 1 gold instead of 2. I think that's a good change. I like Rakinishu. Definitely needs some love. Patchwork's getting a little love. He's starting with 60 health instead of 55 now, as opposed to 40 that everybody else starts with. Interesting. Not a huge Patchwork fan. I think his hero power is kind of boring. You have health. You use it as economy, but I just don't like the flavor of it. I'll take him. I'll play him. I just don't like, it's not exciting at all. Vander got some love. Vander's now not going to be moving health around for minions. He's going to avenge 2, give your minions +1 health permanently. That's kind of cool. Your entire board's health go up by 1. How powerful that's going to be, but it's interesting. We're going to see how it plays out and what happens with it. Thar got some really interesting stuff. Avenge 3, give your minions +1 attack permanently. I really like that. Just the fact that it's not a targeted thing now that goes away at the end of the turn. It's now permanent. Means your Baron on the right, you don't have to keep hero powering if you're using one. It's just going to permanently get buffed as your other minions start to die. That's kind of cool. I think this is a positive change. Seeing how the old one worked was good, but I think this will be better overall. Arana got a huge change. Bob's Tavern now always replenishes to 7 minions after buying a minion. So, a couple questions there. What if there's 2 minions in the shop you want to buy? Does that mean when you buy one, it just instantly refreshes? Or is it when you hit refresh? Reading that, I would think every time you buy a minion, it now goes to 7. So you really got to think before you buy in a shop where you see something you want. And heaven forbid there's a triple because there's 2 in the shop. You buy one and it's gone. That's kind of suck. Flurgle, yet again, in his 5th iteration, now after you sell 4 minions, get a random Murloc. Previously, it was after you sell 2 minions, add a Murloc to the shop. I think I like this change, and obviously, if you can get a brand going, this is going to be phenomenal, but it's going to have to wait and see where it goes. It could be very good, but one of those where I want to play it out and see how it actually works. Crag stays exactly the same, essentially, except now the piggy bank can store over 10 gold. So gain 1 gold this turn, increases each turn. So I'm guessing what that means, if you don't use your hero power till turn 12, you can have 12 gold? I mean, it sounds like you're already winning the game if you don't hero power for that long anyways. Galewing got a big change because we all only use the center hero power on Galewing. Now, the passive in 1 turn, give your leftmost minion +2/+1 instead of +2 attack. That's an interesting change. That actually makes me think about using it. I'd rather have a free minion though, so situationally it'll work. Eastern Plaguelands now used to be in 5 turns, your tavern tier upgrade costs 5 less. Now it's in 5 turns, it costs 6 less. So slightly better. I'll have to get some Galewing games in to see what I think. I still really like just free minions every 3 turns, but we'll see how it plays out. And now some minions. I mean, we've got a lot of interesting things here looking at this. The Picky Eater, consume a random minion in Bob's Tavern, gain its stats. It's a good battle cry. I like that. And if it's gold, it gains the stats twice. Has potential. They're reworking demons, and so far I like what I see on that. Then we have Mind Muck. Choose a friendly demon. It consumes a minion in Bob's Tavern. Gain its stats. So now you have your Picky Eater growing, and then you get tired of it and you upgrade it with a Mind Muck. I kind of like the way it steps up. That's an interesting play. Heaven forbid, though, you triple the Picky Eater early and all you have, you triple into that's good as a Mind Muck, and you're like, well, I guess we're going to lose our gold one right away. It does free up board space, so there's that. Piggyback Imp. So it's a tier 2 4/1, summon a 4/1 imp. Not bad. For tier 2, that's decent. That's not horrible. I mean, at least it has some punch. It's going to die, obviously, but that's not too bad a deal. Has some nice potential with different minions and hero combinations. Nether Drake is 0/5, and at the end of your turn, give your dragons +1 attack. I'm assuming also itself, since it's a dragon, so not bad and not great, but you're going to have at least a 1/5. We have Amber Guardian. Start of combat, give another friendly minion +3/+3 and Divine Shield. That is a good early game minion, I feel. Dragons have really been missing some early to mid game that's good other than Prize Promo Drake and Terragosa. This actually gives you something to work with. I like that. Over here in tier 3, we got Legion Overseer. Minions in Bob's Tavern have +2/+2. It's interesting. I don't love it, but it's a 4/4, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. It's one of those we definitely need to get some games in to see about it. First Mate Pip. Let's see. He's a 5/4. You only need 2 copies of this minion to make it gold. I mean, that is some pretty good tempo for anybody. You're rolling along. You see 2 in the shop. Pick them up, instant triple. That's pretty cool. I like that one. It has real potential. Treasure Seeking Elise. This is cool. After you refresh 5 times, find the golden monkey. So the dev comments, when the golden monkey is found, it appears in Bob's Tavern, and the golden monkey is golden, so it gives you a triple. So I'm assuming that means we're going to have to buy it out of the shop, but that's pretty cool to just say, hey, look, now I'm going to get a gold monkey, which means I get a triple. Heaven forbid you triple it, then you get 2 more in the shop. There's some real fun shenanigans with this card. I think it's going to have some fun play. Rendell the Mastermind. At the end of your turn, steal the highest tier minion from Bob's Tavern. He's a 4/5 tier 4. Situationally, this could be interesting. Certainly can work if you triple into it early, but not sure how often we're going to be buying this since it's a 4/5, but we'll see how it plays out. Turtelin Blue Shell is a 4/7. If you lost your last combat, this minion sells for 5 gold. I don't think I'll ever be happy to get this. This is probably a combo or something I'm not seeing, but this does not sound fun and or interesting. If you lose, you get a little extra money. And with this stat line on tier 5 and no other effect, I think you're going to be losing. So, I mean, I guess if you triple into it, not horrible. T-Master Therator. Tier 6, 6/6. After you play a minion with no type, give 3 friendly minions different types +2/+2. This is interesting, but I'm not sure if tier 6 is this what I want to do. I mean, you could definitely be buffing a lot of random things in the shop, but just, I don't know. I feel like this is too slow, but once again, we'll give it some time and see. We can hope it's good. And then the minion updates. This is the big one. This is crazy. I love it. Toxfin is back. Finally, my Murlocs have targeted poison. No longer are we going to be sitting there with the SI7 on the board because he's been removed, hoping he procs, hoping he poisons something other than just himself the first time. I like this. Good potential. Kooky Chemist gone. I feel like there should be a parade to say goodbye to this. This was a fun card that did a lot of cool things, but broke too much of the game. Made it so a lot of minions had a lot of issues. A lot of heroes were a little more powerful than they should have been. Getting rid of this minion just fixes that. They should have done this a while ago, so that's good. Steward of Time's gone. But you know what? I liked the trying to pick. Like, did my opponent pick the Bablet? Should I take the 1 attack? I liked that game. I didn't think Bablet was that bad. The problem on it was with, like, certain heroes where you can move stats around, it would be an issue. Not so bad now that Chemist is gone, but still, we'll see. Silverback Patriarch did not last long in the pool. That 1/4 beast that everyone was like, that's gone. Icky Imp, I liked this as a Deathwing player and whatnot, but no big loss there. Nathrazim Overseer was just kind of boring. I don't care about that. I hated Soul Devour. This minion is the minion that would eat your demons. And I hated the fact that every damn time I would have just one demon in the shop, something that would give me random cards would give me a Soul Devour that basically I'd be stuck with till I either tripled the other card or just couldn't do a damn thing with. I hated that. Briny Bootlegger, I liked this card. I thought it fit some things. It wasn't spectacular, but it was at least interesting. Shifter Xeris. I know some people love the RNG that this card gave, but it's something about someone tripling into a tier 3 card and then the next turn getting a tier 6 minion randomly. Most often that never happened. But when it did not feel good. Cobalt Scalebane. This dragon just wasn't exciting. It was always kind of there. When dragons launched, it kind of fit the meta and it worked, but now it's just scale-wise kind of dumb. Witchwing, I'm going to miss this card. I liked some of the shenanigans you could get going with Witchwing. I didn't feel like it was too broken, but they're taking it out, so what can you do? Mithrax, I liked Mithrax. I thought it was fun to have the menagerie building, but for some reason they said his time is over, so bye Mithrax. SI7, we already know is gone because they brought back Toxaphant. I'm okay with that. Impulsive Trickster is now tier 2. This makes me sad. I love the Trickster. I think we all do, but at least it's not gone. It's got a new stat line. It's a 2-3 instead of a 2-2, so it's not the end of the world. That's good. Imprisoner's now tier 1, and it's a 2-2. Once again, not a bad change. I'm okay with that. Draconic Enforcer is now tier 4 and a 3-7. Not bad. This minion is kind of a tech minion anyways. You never keep it too long on your board, so it's one of those minions that could have just disappeared. I don't think most people would have cared or, to be honest, noticed. Overall, it's a good patch. I like it. I think some of these changes are good. We're getting some more information on the controversial things. It'll hopefully make people feel... It'll help them decide better where they're at with it. But at least, controversy aside, it looks like a really cool patch. This is the stuff I wish we'd been talking about when they announced the patch initially. I'm happy for these changes. So hey, I hope you had some fun today, learned some new things, and are looking forward to this as much as I am. I will see you on the 30th. Damn it, let's go nuts. Night all. Thanks for watching.